welcome back to another Amazon selling video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Nikki Kirk and I've been doing retail arbitrage selling on Amazon for 7 years now. So this video is another travel sourcing video. This is my favorite trips of the year. I've been doing it 2 times a year. I kind of want to do it 3 times a year, so we'll see what happens next year. It is also the heart of Q4. I don't know if you can see my shirt, but it says, sorry, can't, Q4, bye, because all I'm doing all Q4 is sourcing. So today I am going to head into Walmart to look at Halloween costumes and all the other Halloween stuff, but mainly what I look for is costumes, and that's going to take quite a while. This is a smaller Walmart, so they should have the same amount, but we'll see. Any hot costumes I find, I'll be going to more Walmarts throughout the rest of the week. I'm here in Oregon for a week, and mainly to hit up grocery outlet, but I also have to get costumes at Walmart. So after this, I have 2 grocery outlets that I'm going to hit, and then I have Marshall's, Ross, I think there's a Home Goods now here, and that's it. Also this week, my grandma turns 87 tomorrow, so we're gonna hit up the casino with her on Monday, then I'm gonna source again Tuesday, Wednesday, and then pack it all up Thursday and Friday, and then fly home Saturday. So it should be a good time. It's absolutely beautiful here. I miss farms. Anyways, let's head into Walmart and see what costumes we can find. Okay, so I went to the Walmart and grocery outlet. First of all, I'm real excited because I learned a new editing skill, so I could actually blur out everything now. Thank God for YouTubers. If you guys feel like that about me, I'm so flattered, because every time I watch YouTube on how to do different editing things, I'm like, oh my God, thank God for you, because I would be lost without you. So anyways, at Walmart, I scanned costumes for 3 hours. And I knew it was going to take forever, and it did. It takes me like, I scanned some costumes that I've sold before, so I knew they were there. I knew they were good in past years. Unfortunately, it's like middle of September and already people are tanking them, so they're not going to be good this year. However, takes like 30 minutes per costume, and if I didn't know that they were good last in previous years, I wouldn't have sat there and took that long to find it. But yeah, it takes a long time. All the more frustrating when sellers are tanking, because it's so hard to find that listing to begin with. That adds to the protection that it shouldn't tank. However, don't know. So because I delete costumes, or I delete all my SKUs after like 6 months of being done selling them, I had to look in seller board to find the SKUs. So it's a clown costume, so I knew, and so I just looked up clown and seller board, found the SKUs for ASINs, and so that makes it a lot easier, but again, time consuming to check it out. The other time consuming thing was that for whatever reason, normally the seller app, like if you look up something, like especially clothing type items, they will show you all the different sizes, but for whatever reason it was only showing me one variation. So then I had to go over to Keepa to look at the variations, and then you can see like what they're selling for. So so much time in that aisle, can't even tell you. I did get a lot of costumes, so here's some of the costumes that I got, but yeah, it's just one of those things that every year it's a lot of time. When you're sending in costumes, I realize, I think when this video comes out, you won't be able to send them in. But even if you're FBMing them, make sure you cut off this little hidden tag at Walmart because it also has the price on it. And check this out, perfect example why you got to cover the price. So you can see this review, someone was clearly mad that someone did not cover the price. So I use these, they're called royal green labels, they're black, they stick on there, never had any issue. I cover up the Walmart exclusive, I cover up the price. It's like 5 times on all these seasonal items, and you got to cover it up. So these stickers are a must. You can get them on Amazon, which is where I get mine. So since I was having to go so much work, like looking at the variations, not all sizes make money. So I use I use Keepa, but I meant to say I use Google Keep. There's that I can't talk again today thing. So I use the Google Keep app. It's basically like a little sticky note type app, so you can change the colors of them. Here's what it looks like. And so I make a note, like I'm looking for this costume and these sizes, not this size, just to make my life easier when I go to other Walmarts this week. And when I get back home, I'm going to continue to go to Walmarts and get the costumes. So just keep note of what ones you're looking for to make your life easier. Same thing in grocery outlet. So I made a grocery outlet note, and literally everything I put in my cart, I made a note of it so that when I go to the other grocery outlets, I can remember what I got at this one and what to look for, just to make my life easier. I also add bolos to that. So I actually scanned a couple of things that were bolos from earlier this year and even past years. That's how that bolo group works. Like, you can be in it for as long as you want to, but if you're only in it like a couple months, you will, if you keep an eye out and, you know, kind of memorize different things, you will notice that you can find like, oh yeah, that brand was hot last year, let me scan it again. Or that one was a hot item, I wonder if it still is now that I've found it, if you haven't found it before. So the bolo group is open year round. The Q4 bolo group closed in 3 days. It filled up in just 3 days, but the regular OG, I call it a lot of things, the regular retail arbitrage bolo group is open year round. You can join it at yoursellingguide.com/bolo. You can learn more or sign up there. But that's another way I use Google Keep, as I add different bolos I'm looking for from the sheets into that based on store. So if it's a bolo from Walmart or if it's TJ Maxx, Marshalls, I have them all in one. At Walmart, I did go through the toys and the clearance aisle real fast. Here's a couple clearance finds that I found. And I got like maybe 1 or 2 toys. I can't even remember now. But I didn't get a whole lot, so that I just breezed through fast. But I spent most of my time at the costumes. So then at grocery outlet, so I am not thrilled. I mean, this car's pretty full after 2 stores, so I'm not, it's also a smaller car, but I'm not disappointed, but I'm not exactly thrilled. I did get some really great items, so I'm going to show them here, blurred out, of course, that was really promising. But for the most part, I was like, hope the rest of the week goes better. If you ever scan something and you see that Amazon's selling it, now I used to say I don't sell it if Amazon's selling it, but now that Keepa in the last 2 years, I think, a year and a half, Keepa now lets you see if Amazon shares the buy box. So you go to, on your desktop, you go to data and then buy box statistics, or in the Keepa app, you just go down to the bottom, scroll over buy box statistics, and you can see that Amazon actually shares the buy box a lot of the time with this item. However, because of the size and the weight of it, it doesn't make any money. But you do want to look if Amazon is on the listing if they share it. Depending on the profit and the price and all that, you make your own decisions. But like if they're gonna, if they get it 80% of the time, but they share it 20% of the time, or even 10% of the time, depending on the product, that might be enough where it's gonna sell for you too. 2 more quick notes here at grocery outlets. So always, no matter where you're sourcing, if it's a liquidator discount type place where they have close expiration dates, I always just Google what's 120 days from today. Because the expiration dates for Amazon FBA have to be 90 days out minimum. So I'm adding in that extra buffer of the extra 30 days to get 120 days. So never had any issues doing 120 days. So I just Google it. Literally, I don't know what it is, so I Google it every week when I'm sourcing. I Google it. The other thing is that IP alert. So anytime I'm scanning a beauty brand that I am not used to, I go to IP alert, because most of the time, and even some grocery, like specialty grocery brands, most of the time it's beauty that gives you IPs. So I go to IP alert, just pop the ASIN in. It also tells you if it's meltable, which we're still in meltable season right now. So it's a really handy tool and I use it all the time. They gave me a $30 off coupon code for you, so it's a one-time lifetime purchase. You can get $30 off with code Nikki, or just go to the link here on the screen, yoursellingguide.com/IPalert, and you can get it too. I love it. Like, now that they had meltable, that was just a game changer, because trying to figure out if it's meltable or not, while you can get the list from Amazon and try and find it, all that, it's just way easier. I love it. But the reason I thought of IP Alert was because this item, so it's got the brand on it plus one seller undercutting the brand for whatever reason. So anytime I see the brand on it, that's super, like, something I want to check out, because that's usually Telltale IP. It comes up clean, but I still didn't want to risk it, because especially with that other seller undercutting the brand's price, I'm just concerned that the brand's going to do something. There does seem to be lots of price taking happening, which is disheartening, and hopefully Q4 picks up. But the thing that I've noticed is that it's because most of this stuff, not all of it, but most of it you can also find at Ollie's, and Ollie's has just been so bad with price taking. You guys, you don't have to tank the price. You don't have to undercut the next seller. You do not have to do that. We all rotate through the buy box so we can all make money together. It's not a competition. So just do what you can to stop the price taking. But it sucks because Ollie's is slightly cheaper than Grocery Outlet on some stuff. And so it makes it harder. And then Grocery Outlet has a lot more of it than Ollie's does, believe it or not. Like, there's one item that Grocery Outlet will have like a whole case, where Ollie's might have like just a couple. So that makes it more frustrating, because you could get more to replay if it wasn't taking in price. The last time I came was in May, and honestly, there was a lot of stuff still here that I could have replaned, but the taking. And this is your reminder to check the expiration dates first, because I literally was climbing the shelf trying to get these Mimo little drink things, and then I was like, shoot, after I got the first ones down, after climbing the shelf, I realized they were expired already, or they will be. So look first before you do all the work. I even looked for listing and everything, never checked the date. Rookie mistake. And then here is a freebie for you, because it is expiring soon, so I can't send it, because you'd have to FBM it, and I am not going to FBM from here. So I'm going to go grab something for lunch, and then I have one more Grocery Outlet, Marshall's, Home Goods, and Ross to hit up today, and I will check back in after my grandma's birthday tomorrow. I'll be sourcing again on Tuesday. Good morning. It is Tuesday, second day of sourcing. It will be the longest day of sourcing. So on Sunday, I went to Home Goods and Marshall's. I didn't go to Ross. I have not been loving Ross for the last year. It's just not worth my time to come out with one or two things, and that line is always so long to check out. So for me, it's not worth my time, but it is a really good place to source. So don't just not source it because I don't. But yeah, a lot of people find great things in the Bolo group. Speaking of the Bolo group, this is an item that I found at Home Goods on Sunday, and I shared it in the Bolo group, and then someone found a variation of it and shared that. So we're all on the hunt for this high ticket item. So I will be going to Home Goods and Marshalls and TJ Maxx really quickly today on my sourcing, but mostly I am going for Grocery Outlets. I'm going to do 4. I'm sourcing a new one here in a second. But yeah, At Home Goods, I got some replens, like seasonal and otherwise replens that I've been selling for a while. And then I also got some kitchen items. At the second grocery outlet on Sunday, I did get some more things. Some like variations of the things I found at the first one. Here's a freebie from Grocery Outlet. It is a little bit, well, it's just too close to my expiration date. Like I can't get it for that reason. But I just thought I would show you because you can find different things by scanning the front of the package. So you don't always just want to scan the UPC. Scanning the front of the package like you're taking a photo of it gets a lot of different listings also. So yesterday, Monday, we were supposed to, it was my grandma's birthday, 87 years old, and she was not feeling well, so we didn't go to the casino like we planned, so we just hung out in her house and just chatted. And then, yeah, I also got a tiny shipment out Monday morning. It was small in the amount of items. Here's the inventory lab screenshot. I forgot to do it while it was everything, so it's 2 different shipments. That Home Goods item is going on its own. But anyways, so I got, it's like a bulky shipment because everything was large. So it was like 4 big Walmart boxes that the UPS is picking up today at my parents' house. So that felt good to get that out. Also, while I was doing it, inventory lab went down, or actually Amazon went down, something with their catalog API that processes into inventory lab. Just while I was trying to hurry up and finish and get as much into that shipment, it decided to stop working. So I stopped working and that shipment went out. But I did enter some stuff into my, here's how I do it. So I entered stuff into Seller Central Monday that has like Marshalls and Home Goods stickers on it so that my mom can be taking those stickers off, because if she takes them off before I do it, then I don't remember how much I paid for them. So now she can take the stickers off over the next 2 days while I'm sourcing. Okay, so this morning I hit Walmart first, of course, because it opens at 6. It's now like 8:15, so Grocery Outlet will be open. So I'm gonna head there next. At this Walmart, the layout is funky. So the pharmacy, I've experienced it a couple other times, but the pharmacy is like in the middle area. So it threw me off. I didn't know where everything was like I normally would. They also lock up the Legos, so that was a little weird. I did scan and get more costumes. However, I realized like I got a Luigi costume, and while I was looking for more of them here, I pulled the listing back up and realized it comes with gloves. The one I have does not have gloves. So I'll be going back to Walmart and doing some returns. I'm sure I'll find a couple more. You really, really, really have to look at those costumes hard. And it's annoying because it takes so long. So I spent 2 hours today scanning costumes, 3 hours Sunday. I think I'm done. I don't know if I'll go to another Walmart besides to return that stuff. I'm mostly, since I'm here and they have Grocery Outlet, prioritizing that. So I'm going to go to 4 today, 2 tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a lighter day. So I'm just going to get out there, get sourcing, and I will check back in around lunchtime. Okay, so I just got finished at Grocery Outlet number 2. This is usually the first one I start. So I went to a new one I've never been to before. I actually did really good at that very first one I went to that I've never been to before. So that's cool. It's like maybe there's not a seller in that place. I replenished some stuff that I got when I was when I was here in May. So that's always fun to get a replen. Here's an FBM item again because of the date. So it costs $6.99 and it makes $9. So just trying to show some things to prove that this whole Amazon thing works. I am getting sick, so that's fun. I got a lot of stuff I'm pretty happy with today. I wasn't too super excited. I mean, I got a lot of stuff Sunday, but it wasn't like wow like it normally is. Today is more wow, so I'm excited. The truck or whatever this thing is. This is the ugliest car I've ever seen. There's 2 types of people. There's people who like the red interior, or the people like me who think it is the most gaudiest, ugliest thing I've ever seen. So, it's gross in here, but I put the seats down so it's black. Another reminder just to always ask for approval on things, because you will most of the time get auto approved. Like I got auto approved in this, but I bought it, so now I can't show you what it is. But always ask for approval. You never know. While you're doing it, so double check that the brand is not the only one on the listing. So this is a perfect example. IP alert. I scanned it. There's a listing for it. It looks good, but I can see there's only one seller, and I'm gated in it, right? So there's only one seller, and I'm gated, and that tells me that that brand's got it locked down, and lo and behold, it was the brand who is the one seller on the item. So just if you ever see the brand and only the brand, just step away from it. There might be times where it's fine, but I just don't want to risk it because getting an IP is annoying. It's not the end of the world, but it's annoying. If you don't take care of them, like if you got an IP from Amazon, not the letters, here I'll show you some, these get posted in the groups all the time, not these dumb letters. Literally sellers out there hire VAs to send these letters out to scare people off their listings. So I ignore every single letter. I've never had an issue in all my years selling and all my years with thousands of members in the group, never heard of a single people having an issue with these form letters. But if it comes from Amazon, that's a problem. So when it comes from Amazon directly, you did get an IP, so you have to acknowledge it or send a plan of action or whatever Amazon's requesting, appeal it, you hit the appeal button. If you do not, and you should get another one, you get shut down. Ask me how I know. It's never fun to get shut down. I got shut down my first year. I didn't know that you had to do something. I just deleted my listing and thought that was good enough. Nope, you get shut down if you get another one. So always just get it off your account health. That's what you're aiming to do there. At this second grocery outlet, I got 2 carts full, so that's always fun. It was like a cart and a half, but I had to wheel out 2 carts and hold them because I'm like on a trip, so I got my foot on one. Fun time packing the car. One more freebie, FBM, because it's chocolate. The date is far enough out though, so it's here at Grocery Outlet, these Luna bars. I'm going to go to the next grocery outlet, and then I'm probably going to go to the last grocery outlet and call it a day. I'll probably start entering stuff since I can just sit at the computer and do that. It's miserable. Having a cold is just the worst. But anyways, especially while I'm traveling to purposely source. I'm going to just go to the 2 grocery outlets left because I want to go tomorrow to 2 more grocery outlets. And if I keep going all day, I will probably be getting sicker and then not able to go tomorrow. And I really want to go tomorrow. I flew all this way. Anyways, that's it. I will check in after the last grocery outlet of the day. Okay, so it's only 2 hours later and I went to the other 2 grocery outlets and I didn't get a whole lot of either one of them. I got I replenished some stuff, but it was like 1 TJ Maxx bag at one and that wasn't even all the way full, and then one of those big Tuesday morning bags, just right here, from the other one, and that wasn't all the way full, but it's alright. I feel good about it, and I'm just gonna rest a little bit, add everything to my shipping plan and inventory lab, and then I will go ahead and go to 2 more grocery outlets tomorrow. So it should be a good size shipment. I'm just trying to get used to listening to my body, and clearly I'm sick and getting sick, so I need to take a rest. Anyways, it just sucks that I traveled here to do that, but it should be a good shipment. Anyways, I'm just rambling, so I will see you tomorrow for day 3 of sourcing. Alright, good morning. It is Wednesday. I've got my Sorry Can't Sourcing tie-dye shirt on. I'm probably not showing it all the way. Let's see. Yay! Anyways, you can get these shirts at yoursellingguide.com/shirts. And it's like a thing through YouTube. It's Spread Shop, I think it's called. Anyways, I make like $5. It's not like a big moneymaker. I just think they're really fun. So you can get it if you want to. And then tag me on Instagram at YourSellingGuide when you have a photo of it. Anyways, so I am getting sicker. I don't know if you can hear it. I feel okay. The cold medicine is working. I just sound sick and now I've got a cough. Anyways, I did 2 grocery outlets today and that's all I got back there. Not a whole lot, but I'm pretty happy with it. Some of the things are small and real good. I started yesterday entering in all of the stuff into my inventory lab shipment for this next bigger shipment, and I'm probably a quarter to a third everything entered, and it's already at $2,000 of profit, so the profit should be good. Obviously you already know because I put it on the thumbnail, but I have no idea, but it should be pretty good. Even though I'm not sourcing, I've skipped over Marshalls and TJ Maxx and all that, so it's all right. This is the horrible thing about Q4 is you always have FOMO. Like, you always feel like you could be doing more, or you're missing out, or if you don't go to that store. And then when you go to the store and it's like, wah, wah, and you're like, why did I even bother? Anyway, it's the joys of being an Amazon seller. So 2 things happened that I wanted to tell you about. So the first is, you know when you're scanning a product and it's kind of got a busy label and the UPC's like mixed in? So that was what happened with this one, and I could tell it was obviously not scanning the right product because a lot of random other things came up. And so I skipped over it. I scanned, there was 3 of them. I scanned UPC, came up, didn't make money. Scanned the second one, UPC, it grabbed other things from the packaging and it didn't come up with the right one. I moved on to the third one, scanned the UPC, didn't come up, didn't make money. And something just told me, like, just scan the front of it, just to check. Lo and behold, it makes great profit. So I'm glad I took the time to go back to that one that it scanned wrong, because sometimes I will just skip over things like that if I'm not feeling it or I'm just tired and whatever, which is really dumb because when you're there scanning, you might as well make the most of it. But anyways, that happened. I got 8 of those, so that's cool. Then there's this other it's a tiny little item. It's in like a little tiny, almost like gum looking thing. But when you do 6 of them, they make, or not 6, 12 of them, they make this profit. So I'm very happy with those. I got a bunch of those. So I got little things like that make good profit, but are pretty tiny, which is great. Because it's not going to be it's going to be a big shipment, but not because of those items. And the other piece of advice I just want to leave you with is, it's very frustrating when you're first starting because you're learning how to sell on Amazon. You're trying to find products. You maybe are gated in a lot of stuff. And it's really frustrating. But I want to encourage you to keep at it. Just, if you get frustrated, go home, take a break, come back out sourcing again. Because this item, I have been selling this brand for years and years. There might be times where I don't find it, or it's like a year goes by where I don't find anything by it, but when I see it, I know to scan it. And so you'll just pick up on things like that. Like from being in the Bolo group, I know in past years that items were hot, and so when I see that brand, years after the item's been shared, I'm still looking at it and scanning it, and most of the time they do still make good profit. So you just pick up on things over time. You get used to it. These things that take you maybe 5 minutes in the store now will take you 30 seconds later on. So like everything in life, the more you practice, the more you do it, the easier it's going to be. So don't give up on Amazon selling. If you've been doing it for 6 months, that's usually the time where you can tell that it's working. It takes really 6 months to get going and doing it. Like you can do it faster. You can put more time and effort. Like anything, the more you put time and effort into it, the more you're going to get back out of it. So just don't give up. Don't give up. Keep going. It really is worth it if you really want it. If you don't really like it, it's not worth it to you, then maybe you can give up. But anyways, I'm going to go to Target. I'm not going to really source. I just want to go shop Target personally. But then I'm going to go pack everything up later this afternoon. We're going to continue packing, hopefully get it all done by Thursday so the UPS guy can pick it up on Friday. And if that happens, I get Friday off. We may go to the casino with my grandma on Friday if she's feeling better. Not probably going to wear a mask. But anyways, that's it. I'll check back in after I've packed it all up. Okay, so I got it all packed up with the help of my parents. I started it half day Wednesday because I only went sourcing for half the day. And then I finished it on Thursday, and it's all outside waiting for the UPS guy to pick it up today. I do UPS pickups from Pirate Ship because they're cheaper than doing it through your UPS account. So it's only $4. The guy's gonna come pick up like 900 pounds, 19 boxes of stuff. I don't have to haul it all to the UPS store, so that's great. today is Friday and I had to go do some returns, so some bad buys from Walmart that I didn't realize the costume was different. So luckily I realized that before I packed up the shipment, and then some grocery outlet items that I just didn't notice had expired, so that sucks. So return that stuff. And yeah, here is how the shipment broke out. So so I sent a like bulky smaller order out on Tuesday, so that was total sales $3,000 estimate of like sales. Profit estimate $1,136. It was 14 different SKUs. And then because I didn't grab the inventory lab screen before because I was in a rush to get it done. But anyways, then the one item that went on its own, that one on its own is $110 of estimated profit. And then the big shipment, the one with everything else, so 733 items total, 117 different SKUs, average sales rank 120,000. Inventory Lab's estimating that I'll do about 20,000 of sales with all this. It's gross sales. I spent $6,800 and the net profit is $7,100 on that one. Now I priced everything $1 or $2 above the buy box when I send it in. So what I really think, so altogether it was, I did the math, $8,348 altogether of profit. What I really think it'll, once everything sells, you know, prices go different on Amazon, I think I should do about $5,000 profit on that. So I always love coming to grocery outlet. It didn't help this trip that I got sick. I think I got sick on the flight over. Who knows? But yeah, so now I'm gonna head back and continue sourcing in Oklahoma. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time for another Amazon selling video.